So today at the investors meeting, Disney dropped a huge bombshell in both the Star Wars and Marvel franchises, I guess you could say. Talking about a bunch of announcements of upcoming movies and TV shows. We're going to go through some of them here on this video. Well, most of them here on this video. Quick programming note though, later tonight / tomorrow morning, I will be dropping my review of The Mandalorian, the newest episode. So make sure if you're not subscribed or if you're having problems getting notifications because YouTube's notifications are broken yet again, it's getting worse actually on both my channels. What you'll want to do is you'll want to unsubscribe and then resubscribe, and then when it asks you if you want notifications, say all. And then at that point, let me know if you get notified, because that's, as far as I know, that's the only thing that actually works. It's gotten a lot worse, and it's not just my channel. There's other channels too that are suffering from this. YouTube, once again, blowing it when it comes to that. But right now, what I want to do is I want to go through some of these announcements and give you all my thoughts. Now, let's talk about it. So, later on, also in the future, I'm going to have individual videos discussing these upcoming shows. So don't think this is the only video I'm going to have covering it and giving thoughts. We're just going to briefly go through. So the first tweet here discusses Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness debuts March 25th, 2022. So not 2021, 2022. Starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, of course, Wanda, Benedict Wong, Rachel McAdams. A lot of... excuse me. A lot of the cast from the first movie coming back, and of course Wanda reprising her role from WandaVision and from the previous MCU films. Directed by Sam Raimi, the film ties into WandaVision and the next Spider-Man film. So, we've been talking about this. I did a whole last video that was supposed to come out on Tuesday, but now I have to kill the entire video discussing my theory about this. And a lot of my theories that I discussed in that video actually came true in tonight's investor meeting. Because we know that this is tied into Spider-Man, because the plan that they have right now, as far as I know, is they're going to be doing like what's called a multiverse trilogy. And it's going to be WandaVision and Loki will kind of set the tone. But then Thor, Love and War, which we'll talk about more in a minute. Love and Thunder. Thor, Love and Thunder. Then Spider-Man. Then the Raimi Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2. That's going to be sort of the trilogy involving the multiverse. So, you know, all these rumors about Spider-Man and the multiverse and Doc Ock and these characters, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield coming in from other Spider-Man, it's funny because it's not just the Marvel multiverse. It's actually other film universes like Raimi's verse and the Andrew Garfield verse or whatever. They're putting all that in. So this multiverse dilemma that Doctor Strange will have to deal with is going to involve non-MCU universes. Thankfully, Sony's participating and helping out with this. And it's going to be a huge, epic story. I mean, this is going to be, like I said, this is going to be an epic thing. I don't know if it's going to be Avengers Endgame level, but it'll definitely be up there as far as, like, billion-dollar films go. These movies are going to make a lot of money. Of course, the pandemic will, you know, be a thing, you know, if it is a thing. So, I do believe that the Thor film will have something involving the multiverse in it. Probably not a major plot point, but we know for a fact that Benedict Cumberbatch will be playing Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man movie. So it's all going to tie in. So January 15th, WandaVision begins. And then March 19th is when Falcon and Winter Soldier begins on the Disney Plus series. That's not really a big announcement, but it should be a fun story, I hope. And then we have the Loki trailer, which I did watch earlier, and it looks like it to be a lot of fun. That's coming up in May 2021, and I do think that will tie into the multiverse, because now that Loki has that timeline version of Loki has a Tesseract, he's going to wreak hell all throughout history, and that's been the kind of the plot point that's been given to us for the past few weeks or whatever. So expected stuff, no big deal. Now, then we have the Marvel What If, which is going to be more of a fun animated series, and that's going to be pretty cool. Again, maybe some multiverse stuff there, but it's probably going to be more so for fun than anything. Now, Shang-Chi has been wrapped up. We knew that actually a couple weeks ago, and that's going to be coming out July 2021. It was supposed to be actually, I think, in March 2021, but they pushed it back, so because of probably the Eternals film and Black Widow. So there you go. Miss Marvel, the next original series coming to Disney Plus. Not Captain Marvel. Don't get it twisted. This is a different Miss Marvel. Iman Valenia as Kamala Khan. So there you go. Now here's the big one here. Boy, I can already smell. I can already smell the stench of YouTubers being salty at this announcement. Captain Marvel 2 comes out in November 2022, not 2021, 2022. And it's going to have the new Miss Marvel, along with Monica Rambeau, which is going to be very interesting, played by WandaVision's Teyonah Parris. So, of course, Brie Larson is back, whether you like it or not. What do you want me to say? It's Captain Marvel 2. We'll see if it's any good. Hawkeye TV series, which we now have seen leaked footage. We've seen, not leaked footage, leaked images on Reddit of the Hawkeye series. I don't think it's going to tie into the multiverse stuff too much. It's going to be more so maybe Hawkeye passing the torch to his daughter, Kate Bishop. She-Hulk. Tatiana Maslany will portray Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk. Now, here's the one that puts a big smile on my face, folks. Tim Roth, after years, since what, 2008? Tim Roth is finally back to portray the Abomination, and Mark Ruffalo will appear on Disney+. I'm not a huge fan of She-Hulk. I'm really not. But I'll check it out. And the fact that the Abomination, Tim Roth's one of my favorite actors, yo. He's in a bunch of my favorite movies. After how long? This is a good announcement. Moon Knight, which is going to be, they wrote a complex vigilante. No, what it is, it's a vigilante who has mental health issues, and we found out that Oscar Isaac will be playing him, so that's interesting. Now, this one surprised me, because this was supposed to be the rumored big storyline coming up in Phase 5. But they might be doing it earlier, even though you have to realize that some of these shows are not going to air until 2022, 2023. Sam Jackson is back as Nick Fury, and Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel returns as the Skrull Talos in Marvel Studios' original series Secret Invasion. Just keep in mind that this is going to be probably way after. Like, if Phase 4 is going to end with Doctor Strange, which I guess is the plan right now, or at least the tentative plan as far as movies go, this is probably going to be after Doctor Strange. This is 2022, 2023 stuff right here. Ironheart. So there's actually two shows, Ironheart and Armor Wars, that are going to be sort of follow-ups to what happened in Endgame with the death of Tony Stark and how that impacts the world, right, as far as the technology they put together. So it says here, coming soon to Disney+, Dominique Thorne is genuine inventor Riri Williams in Ironheart, an original series about the creator of the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man. So I'm guessing we'll see cameos from, War Machine and people like that. In Ironheart, maybe even the original Mandarin, Ben Kingsley's fake Mandarin, the drunk actor guy. Who knows? But Ironheart, I'm not too interested, if I'm being honest with you. I thought maybe Tony's daughter would take over at some point, but I guess not, and that's fine. But I guess they want to keep the Iron Man spirit going. Now, what's really going to keep it going is this next one, Armor Wars. Don Cheadle returns as James Rhodes, a.k.a. War Machine in Armor Wars, an original series coming to Disney+. That's a lot of Disney+, yo. Classic Marvel story about Tony Stark's worst fear coming true. What happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands? Wasn't that what happened in Iron Man 3 and in Age of Ultron? Like, we've already seen that storyline play out. But what I'm hoping this means, as a fan, is I'm hoping this means Justin Hammer will return, because Rockwell playing Justin Hammer was my favorite part of Iron Man 2, and we haven't seen that character in a long time, and I really, really hope he comes back, dude. I think it makes sense that he comes back. So I guess it'll be mostly a War Machine type of story where he's trying to keep the peace on Earth after the death of Tony Stark. Now, this one also surprised me, because there's been no rumors about this. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special coming, holiday 2022 on Disney+. James Gunn is going to write and direct this. So I don't know if it's going to be an hour, 45 minutes, or 2 hours, but that's pretty damn cool, yo. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Before we get Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we're going to get this little sort of thing. Now, keep in mind, the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in Thor. They're in the 4th Thor movie, so this would take place after that. Let's see what happens. This also surprised me. I Am Groot. Everyone's favorite little tree, Baby Groot, will star in a series of shorts on Disney Plus featuring several new and unusual characters. I Am Groot coming to Disney Plus. This is to capitalize on the Baby Yoda cuteness. It's pretty obvious, right? And I'll check it out, but again, I'm not too interested in it. Now, this is a big one right here. We heard this rumor, but again, all these rumors that we heard from Reddit are being confirmed now. Christian Bale, legend, Academy Award winner in so many of my favorite movies, right? Will join the cast of Thor: Love and Thunder as Gore the God Butcher. I thought he was gonna be Beta Ray Bill, but no, he's gonna be Gore the God Butcher. So we're gonna see Gore the God Butcher on screen. This is the film where Jane Foster will get Mjolnir and become a version of Thor, even though Thor will still have his powers, which I think could be a multiverse trickery thing. But I was not expecting Gore the God Butcher, but that should be awesome. Taika Waititi will be doing that one as well. Again, this also surprised me. Peyton Reed is directing Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania. That's a cool name. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer all return. Catherine Newton joins the cast as Cassie Lang, and Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. So not only are we going to get Gore the God Butcher, we're going to get Kang the Conqueror. Probably, remember the rumor about how Kang the Conqueror was supposed to be in the quantum realm in Endgame, and that was going to be the secret villain of the film? Well, it turns out they might be doing that storyline here. They may have had the plan of him being a major villain in the quantum verse here in this movie. And it's interesting because, okay, I like Kang the Conqueror a lot. I don't want him to be one of those villains they use in one movie and then kill off. All right, I really don't want this. But yeah, I wonder how they're going to be able to stop this guy without the other Avengers, because he's not a pushover. You know what I mean? And it looks like this film will only be focused on Ant-Man and Wasp. Could be wrong, of course. We might have cameos, but to me, this may or may not tie into the multiverse storyline. I don't think it will, but it could very easily based on what the quantum verse is. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to look at that and see where they go with it. Fantastic Four. Now, this one's probably going to be Phase 5, even though it should be the final movie in Phase 4. John Watts will direct. John Watts directed the Spider-Man MCU movies. One of them. Is he both of them? One of them, I forget. He's doing Marvel's first family, Fantastic Four. I'm very excited to see what they do with this. Fantastic Four. Like, listen, I know the last movie sucked. Do not sleep on the Fantastic... Sorry about that. Do not sleep on the Fantastic Four, yo. Do not sleep on the... Dude, Fantastic Four is a great fucking team. And they're going to be great to see if they're produced right. And I look forward to this very much. Fantastic Four coming to the MCU probably for Phase 5, possibly Phase 4 to end Phase 4. I still believe in my heart of hearts, and this is my prediction here, Phase 4 will end with the mutants coming in. I think that Doctor Strange will try to fix the multiverse, but ultimately there's been some crossover already, and we're going to see mutants come in from a different universe. And that could literally lead to the possibility of James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and maybe even Hugh Jackman reprising their roles as Wolverine, Magneto, and Professor Xavier. I totally could see that happening. Why reboot the X-Men entirely when you can just do a soft reboot and bring them in from the Foxverse? They own Fox. They're doing multiverse stuff with Sony. They own Fox outright. Why not just do that and keep the original actors for at least a little while? You can always change them later. You can always do something with Logan, have a different timeline version of Logan or something, different actor. And I will say this. The Logan movie was a great send-off for that character. If we never see Hugh Jackman play Wolverine again, I'll be okay because Logan was great. But I still feel like it would just make sense that that's the end of the Doctor Strange film. That could bleed into this movie as well. Additional cast include Vera Farmiga, Fra Free, and newcomer Aquila Cox as Maya Lopez. Episode was directed by Rice Thomas and directing duo Burt and Birdie. I don't even know who that is. Hawkeye. That's for Hawkeye. And then the rest of it just says that Taika Waititi will not be replacing. They're not going to replace T'Challa, and that Black Panther 2 is going to be mostly about other Wakanda characters, which I guess That's fine. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Star Wars. Okay. Okay. Tons of updates here. First of all, new show coming, Rangers of the New Republic, a new original series within the timeline of The Mandalorian coming to Disney Plus, starring Gina Carano. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm guessing it'll be a story about them hunting down the Imperial Remnant. Hopefully, we'll see some Battle of Jakku stuff there. We'll see. We'll see. If Dave Filoni's involved, I trust it. Here is the Ahsoka series that we all knew was going to happen. We all knew. And it's probably going to feature Ahsoka trying to find Ezra Bridger, continuing the story that was left off at the end of Rebels, and maybe trying to find Grand Admiral Thrawn. So the Mandalorian is, as like we talked about this for weeks on my reviews, is going to bleed into revealing other shows and, being the launch pad for other characters to get their own shows. Cassian Andor. Heard about this for many, many, many weeks, many months actually. The rumored Cassian Andor series coming. I honestly don't care. I'm sorry, I never cared about that character. I'll watch it because it's Star Wars and it probably is going to be good, but I don't care about that character. I never cared that much about him. He was fine in the movie, but to see him in his own series, I'm just not that interested. We'll see. Diego Luna is Cassian Andor. Now, this one was interesting. So, Hayden Christensen returns as Darth Vader, joining Ewan McGregor and Obi-Wan Kenobi. The original series begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Revenge of the Sith. That's coming to Disney+. Again, no secret. We've heard about this forever. Hayden Christensen playing Darth Vader. You have to understand that he's playing Darth Vader most likely in the suit. Unless we see some kind of thing where Obi-Wan has flashbacks of good Anakin, we won't even see Hayden's face. And we won't even hear his voice because it'll probably be James Earl Jones doing the voice. So, Hayden will be back, but even if he chooses to, quote, act, he's not really going to act except for being in the Vader suit, right? So that sounds like to me that Obi-Wan and Vader might have a duel, which is going to irritate me because I think that it retcons A New Hope, because A New Hope, that when they had that discussion about their last duel, when we last met, I was but the learner, now I am the master, right? And then Obi-Wan says, only a master of evil. Like, I feel like that's something that was in reference to Revenge of the Sith, but now it's going to get retconned most likely to being something here. Sort of like how they had the retconning of Anakin and Dooku fighting in Revenge of the Sith, and we thought at the time it was about, my powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count. I thought they were talking about Attack of the Clones, but no, they're talking about the Clone Wars fights because they retconned it. So I'm not too upset about it. We'll see how it actually gets played out. But I do think the series will probably be cool. I want to see Obi-Wan on Tatooine. I want to see Obi-Wan involved with the gangsters and mobsters of Mos Eisley. I want to see Obi-Wan transition from being who he was in Revenge of the Sith to actually being who he is in not just A New Hope, but also, Alec Guinness is Obi-Wan, but also in the Rebels episode with Darth Maul, where he was like the wise old hermit taking care of Luke Skywalker, or keeping an eye on Luke Skywalker. So this to me is the most interesting of all the announcements. For me personally. This is the most interesting that I'm most looking forward to. Bad Batch, another rumor that became true. The Bad Batch episodes in Season 7 were all done to set this up. More sort of Clone War shenanigans. I'll check it out. I can't say I'm super excited for it, but Filoni's going to be involved, so I'll check it out. It could be interesting, right? Now, this one is interesting. Star Wars Visions, an original series of animated short films, celebrates the Star Wars galaxy throughout the lens of the world's best Japanese anime creators. And I'm known for anime here on this channel, or on this channel, my other channel. So, again, 2021 Disney Plus. I'll check it out. These are things that I'll check out, but I'm not super excited. Lando Calrissian is going to get a new series. I don't know who's going to play Lando, if it's going to be Billy D. Williams or if it's going to be Childish Gambino, but they're both good, so was not expecting a Lando series. I'm curious about where that goes. And then it says here, The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take viewers to a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the new High Republic era. So the High Republic books I'm not interested in anymore, but this is the big rumor that this is the big rumor that the High Republic is going to get an anime series, and it's this. But the Acolyte, I have a weird feeling it's going to be a rebooted Revan. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think they're going to try and put Revan into canon now, Star Wars canon, and this will be how they do it. And then they're building a new series, adventure films for Disney Plus, a droid story. I couldn't care any less right now. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't care. A series involving Willow, one of the wackiest movies I've ever seen as a kid. I haven't seen it in years. Willow will be getting a sequel TV series. They didn't talk about. Here it is. Here it is. Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford's going to do Indiana Jones. So Indiana Jones 5. Again, lots of rumors that have been talked about this for years, but not much coming out. So Disney's just dumping everything they're doing in the future. And then it says that the next Star Wars film will be Taika Waititi, which the next big one, because we also have this big announcement, which was Patty Jenkins is going to be directing Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It's going to be a film. We don't know when it takes place, but it's going to be a film about the heroes that were fighter pilots for the rebellion, because Patty Jenkins' dad was a fighter pilot and he died defending the country. So again, it's a big it could be a big movie. Patty Jenkins is a great filmmaker. I love Wonder Woman, so that's going to be awesome. So I do look forward to that. I look forward to Taika Waititi and Patty Jenkins' new side stories. That's pretty much it from the Star Wars Twitter. Lots of announcements. We'll see where things go. I'll be doing individual videos on some of these. Also, rest in peace, Tiny Lister, Zeus, Debo, many other roles passed away today. Again, tonight, expect that expect the Mandalorian review dropping. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Have a great day. Take care of yourself.